Over the course of my 11 years at Dartmouth, I've noticed, as I suspect our students have, that different parts of the academic year have a very distinctive feel. There's the interesting mix in the summer of MS, PhD research projects juxtaposed against sophomore summer. There's the fall rush of MEM 390 project presentations superimposed on the start of a new academic year. The fall and winter end-of-term couch and Fahey Lab chaos associated with Engines 21 and 8990 presentations, or spring, which in Hanover, New Hampshire, I swear is a 6-hour period that happens one day between winter and summer, leading to the close of the academic year and, of course, where we are today, commencement. And with this onset of commencement and commencement season, commencements are, of course, very much in the news and on the public's mind. Many of these reports are for the right reasons. You are, after all, a new generation of educated global citizens, a new generation entering the workforce, full of knowledge, we hope with a little wisdom, a great deal of promise and potential. Sometimes it's the speaker's remarks that make the news. Sometimes it's a particular moment that garners attention and even celebration. This year, Dartmouth and Thayer will have such a moment when it will be noted after tomorrow that another glass ceiling, gender parity in engineering, has been shattered. When it will be reported that our bachelor's degree graduating class of 2016, 22 of whom are here with us today, is greater than 50% female. To my knowledge, this is the first time This is the first time ever in this country's history that a major research university has graduated an engineering class that has achieved gender parity. And I think this milestone speaks volumes about the culture that you, our students, have created, a culture that our faculty and staff have supported, a culture that says a diversity of thought and perspective and background is not only welcomed but required, that says to all of you that we, the faculty, will challenge you, engage you, support you, believe in you, intellectually stimulate you, work you hard, and help you gain the confidence and skill and intellectual depth and rigor to go out and tackle the grand challenges that Dr. Prabarkar laid out before you earlier this morning. Sometimes that particular moment that captures media attention isn't always a positive one. The chancellor of a Texas area community college system got a lot of attention 2 weeks ago for spending more than a half an hour working on his smartphone, answering email, while on stage in the front row of a commencement ceremony with graduates walking past. It was noticed. It was newsworthy because of the position he holds and what it says about his presence in the moment, in that moment, a moment clearly important to the faculty, to the graduates, to their families. Now, even though I think those circumstances were striking, and that's what made it national newsworthy, it's an experience we all understand. Not too long ago, I was sitting in the fourth row at a conference, and I looked at the rows in front of me and saw more than 3/4 of my colleagues had their laptops open. Now, perhaps a few of them were fact-checking something the speaker said, but the rest were looking at or typing email. Sure, they looked up occasionally and nodded a point that the speaker made, but really, how much do any of us think they were really absorbing from the content of the talk? I hear rumors, just rumors, that while in class, on occasion, some students may even check their smartphones or laptops from time to time. Not you, of course. Research, open-ended team-based projects where the answer is unknown to all and needs to be discovered, that will actually tend to prevent this or make it more challenging. Now, I'm certainly not immune, and I'm not standing up here to lecture anyone. I have felt the gravitational pull of my iPhone. I have taken it out of my pocket at a meeting, put it on the table, taken it back and put it in my pocket again, taken it out, Remember Newtonian physics that says there's a 1/r² scaling dependence of force on distance? It's a lie. Clearly, the force of gravitational attraction for that device is much, much greater. The force is strong there. Now, why do we do it? Well, if we just check one message between speakers, between agenda items, we'll save ourselves time later. Isn't that always our justification? Save time later. Now, this story about the Texas chancellor made me ask myself what this means for our collective ability to engage, to listen, to sense, to observe, to do all the things that engineers need to do to understand the problem before we launch in and design the solution. I found myself wondering whether we're collectively at risk of losing our ability to be present in the moment. Now, I'm not telling you, I'm not lecturing you, I'm not even advising you, but our graduates, I'm asking you to think about what it means to step away from your devices, even briefly, and be present in the moment. And about when you are, how much you can not only see, but observe, interpret, understand, do what it is that society needs us as engineers to do. That is how you spent your time here. That's how you did the work that led to the incredible accomplishments that I mentioned earlier this morning, from a nicotine monitoring device to a smartphone tool for the local bus system, to a cerebral shunt to improve treatment of hydrocephalus, a medical device that uniformly applies minced skin to the wound of burn victims, to analyzing emerging technologies in haptic surgical robotics, in desalination, in clean burning power generating portable stoves. This is how you accomplished what you accomplished. You presented, you published, you filed for 17 unique patents, you founded 2 companies, you started a nonprofit organization. I'm exhausted reading the list. You did this by focusing and by being present in the moment. You engaged with each other and with the greater community. And in doing this, you built enduring friendships and you had fun. You competed in die wheel races, in Zorb Ball and Highland Games tournaments against Thayer overseers and alumni, some of whom are present in this room, even on this stage, and all of whom are still stinging from their collective defeat at your hands. What I hope you'll take away from this is that this is what you are capable of doing when you look up, when you fully engage with the people around you, with your community, and with the world. So I ask you, in this last moment that I get to address you before you go off into the greater world of Dartmouth alumni, to think about what it means to be present in the moment. Don't let that engagement become a distant, quaint memory associated with your Dartmouth and Thayer engineering education. Let it be who you are and how you live and how you lead. So to you, our students, our future leaders, who have left your mark on us collectively, your faculty and staff, I say thank you. You are clearly ready to take on, as we say so often, the most responsible positions and the most difficult service. And to your family and friends gathered here with us today, I again say thank you to you for lending us, for these many years, your sons and daughters, your family and friends, this extraordinary group of talented individuals. On behalf of the entire Thayer community, it has been a privilege. This concludes our investiture ceremony. The faculty and graduates will now recess to more theater. Thank you very much.
Family and friends, please remain seated until the recessional is over.